Hello everybody, my name is Dragon. Welcome back my channel Health Fitness 1047. Here is the episode new. Follow me.
Netflix has confirmed that Squid Game 3 will be the finale of the record-breaking franchise on the platform, officially premiering at the end of June 2025. This event marks the final leg of the 6-year-long death race, since the first part aired in 2021 and the second part was released at the end of 2024. The third part will continue the failed uprising of Seong Ji-hun in the second part, when he and a group of players plotted to overthrow the machine behind the game. However, the plan was betrayed. One of the group, frontman, disguised as player number 001, causing the movement to collapse. Outside, police officer Wang Jun-ho also fell into a spiral of betrayal when his companion turned on him. In the first released images, it can be seen that Ji-hun is still alive but is tied to the bed, suggesting many theories about his true position and role in the final season. 1. Ji-hun's revolution, hero or betrayer. Ji-hun, the victor in part 1, is now a prisoner, possibly by the game's control forces, or even by the remaining players themselves. His failure to lead the uprising has left many dead, causing suspicion, resentment, and distrust. The question is, does a hero become a villain if he fails? Ji-hun's gaze in one scene, looking at a player with a wary and fearful expression, suggests that frontman is still in the mix, once again playing mind games with the survivors. 2. Can No Eul, the guard, break the rules? No Eul, the female guard who fought against organ trafficking in the previous part, seems to be switching sides. One of the new images shows her outside the island, with a pensive look on her face. Plus, the theory that player Park Jeong-sok, who she sympathized with, died in the second part, which could prompt No Eul to betray the system and help the remaining players end this death game from within. This would be a major twist if it happened. A character from the Control faction who turns to moral ideals, bringing character depth and redefining the villain in the Squid Game world. New games, marking the return of violence disguised in traditional forms. The third part promises to bring a mix of psychological horror and childhood nostalgia, a formula that made the first part successful. According to the leaks, the game, Why Did You Come to My House?, a Korean folk game, will appear with the mechanics of seduction, confrontation and switching sides extremely suitable for creating drama, betrayal and mental tension. In addition, it shows that director Wang is digging into the collective memory of Koreans, attaching violence to a familiar but terrifyingly distorted child's game. The Chul Su doll, the male version of Young Hee, will replace the red light, green light game, opening up the possibility of transforming the old game with more brutal rules, possibly with psychological, technological or emotional control elements. The end of the franchise or a new beginning? Director Wang Dong-hyuk confirmed that this is his last time participating in the role of leading the content of Seong Ji-hun, declaring that there is nothing more to tell. This makes the third season not only a conclusion in terms of content, but also a farewell from the father of Squid Game. However, Netflix still leaves the future open. Spin-offs could open up, focusing on other games, other characters, or exploring the deep history of frontman or previous winners. Reality shows, The Challenge, and video games, Unleashed, prove that Squid Game is still a long-lasting brand, especially when it touches many social, cultural and political classes. Message and legacy of Squid Game. 1. Class struggle in the blood game. From beginning to end, Squid Game has always been a metaphor for class conflict, where the poor are forced to kill each other for the slim chance of survival. The second part focuses on the political, revolutionary element but has been criticized for being vague, because it only plays the role of bridge. The third part is forced to answer the big question: can people, when pushed to the wall, truly unite to overthrow oppression? Or will the game still win in the end, because fear, selfishness and the desire to live make people willing to betray each other? 2. Violence as a form of mass entertainment. Squid Game is not just a story about survival. It is a silent condemnation of modern consumer society, where violence and the pain of others become paid-to-watch scenarios. In that context, No Aul, a guard, turning around and choosing to stand on the side of the suffering people could be a redemption image for the entire system. Expectations for the final season. Squid Game 3 has a lot of pressure. It has to end Ji-hun's story properly, not unfinished like the second season. It has to shock the game but not repeat it. It has to keep the message of social reflection, not just blood and betrayal. With what has been revealed, the third season promises to be a comprehensive confrontation.